Hello. So I had my new phone for a little bit over a week now, and it took about 6 days to transfer my phone number to the new carrier. And yeah, I've been kind of happy with the phone so far. I haven't really using it as a power user yet, really, because I actually just needed a phone. And I got the S7 Edge from Samsung, and it got these edges. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there's a gray little area over here that lets you have this sort of extra different menus on the sides. So yeah, and at the same time I kind of like the edges. If I could just go to Twitter here, I don't know if you can see it that well, but you see that it goes all the way out to the edges, and the edges are a little bit darker in the center, and it gives a little bit of a 3D effect, but it's kind of good. But at the same time, it's a little bit annoying because the phone itself is quite thin, as you can see, and I have sausage fingers. So when I actually hold the phone like this, sometimes I accidentally touch the screen with my thumb, and it's a little bit kind of annoying with that thing. Same thing when I do stuff over here with my index finger. No, that's not index finger. But anyway, I accidentally, you accidentally access the side menu and stuff. So yeah, uh, I might get a protective shell later on, because I didn't think they would exist on this phone because it's so thin. But yeah, and also I need some protective because it's very glossy. You might see a lot of fingerprints here, and this phone loves fingerprints. And also I want to protect the sort of camera glass here as well when I put the phone down on the desk. And actually figure out where to put the SIM card and the memory card. And I actually didn't really see it when I unboxed, but right over here you see there's a little bit of a hole here. So you stick a pin down there and it pushes out the sort of tray for the SIM card and the memory card. And otherwise it's quite a nice phone. It's fast. And my old phone was the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. It was sort of the first generation Note 2 that only had 3G. And this is actually the first phone that has 4G. And it's really fast, actually. A lot faster than 3G. But otherwise, yeah. The other thing is at the bottom. Now you can see it. It will focus over here. There is a speaker outlet. That's the headphone. Annoying thing is actually with the speaker, when I had it in landscape mode, when I watch videos, I actually hold the phone like this. And the pinky finger here, or my finger, will sometimes accidentally cover the speaker, so sometimes the audio just disappears. So that's kind of annoying that they place it right over there. So I would like it still to have it on the back side, that were on the Note 2. But otherwise, yeah, I can actually recommend it, even though it's not the latest phone. The Samsung S8 will be arriving like in April or May. And as I said in a previous video, the unbox video, my old phone broke, and that was the only phone I had, so I had to get this phone. And it's running Android 6.0.1. So it's not the latest, but I guess, or I hope at least, that they will update this phone with Android 7 later on. But yeah, I haven't really tried out the camera that much, but it's taking images really fast when you don't use the flash, that is. So that's how fast it takes images. I haven't really tried the video camera yet, but I guess that works really great. And of course it comes with a lot of bloatware, but the nice thing is that they actually created these folders. So you have all your sort of Google apps right here. And I think I moved some of them. Also some of the Microsoft software. But I don't use OneDrive, I don't use Skype, and I don't use Dropbox. Social, you got Instagram and WhatsApp. I don't use any of those. And you can't uninstall them either. Because when I do select sort of uninstall in the App Store or Play Store, it's still there, just there's a button to update them. So that's kind of annoying that you can't really uninstall them. I don't really use Facebook that much either. But otherwise, I'm really happy. And another cloud storage that I use, I don't use Dropbox or OneDrive. I actually use these called Mega. And it's a lot faster and you get a lot more space than OneDrive and Google Drive. With Google Drive and OneDrive you get like 15 gigabyte. With Mega I get 50 gigabyte, or 50 gigabyte storage for free, which is really nice. And it has the mobile app and also the desktop app. And it syncs your camera images as well, just like Dropbox or OneDrive. And that's the main feature that I want. I wanted to sync my images and stuff. And the nice thing with Mega is that it's actually encrypted as well. So when you access everything through the web browser, everything is encrypted and you get some encryption keys. And of course you can share files and stuff, but you also need to share that special encryption key for that specific share, so that's nice. But otherwise I installed some apps that I actually need, like the mobile bank and stuff like that. And of course you get the regular Samsung apps that I don't never use. I just use the Google apps. Well, I actually use the My Files or the file manager thing. And yeah, the settings is kind of new to me, and everything is now white background. And let's see, what else do I have? I got the storage. Right now I'm using 13 gigabyte of 32 gig plus the I got an SD card here. I'm just using about 3.5 gig of 64 gigs or 60 around here. And the nice thing that I can actually move the camera so that it will save on the SD card instead of the internal memory. And I couldn't do that with CyanogenMod. And also what I did miss with CyanogenMod and the Android 7 is that I want to be able to manually close apps when I don't use them. And I couldn't really do that on Cyanogen, which means that the apps that I actually start will always be in memory and stuff like that. But on this, you press the this used to be like the properties button, but you get this list that of the apps that are started. You can sort of select them, but I can actually choose to close all here, so they are not running in the background and consuming battery and memory. One nice kind of thing is the clock. It's actually kind of animated, so every time I actually sort of unlock the phone, it sets the time as the same as at the top. But otherwise, I can actually recommend this phone if you actually need a new one. The only downside, and both the positive and negative, is the edges. As I said, the phone is really thin, and I suggest that you actually get a protection shell, because I often usually accidentally just hit the screen with my thumb. And I think the phones are getting a little bit too thin these days. Otherwise, the buttons are very distinct. And the volume buttons are a little bit separated as well, so that you actually feel them really well. And the power button is right over there. So yeah, initial kind of review of this, really good. I've been watching some YouTube videos as well. That comes also with the screens that it's a little bit annoying when you watch videos, especially in landscape mode. The top and the bottom will be slightly darker because of the rounded edges of the screen. Or actually, it's the glass that are rounded, and it makes it a little bit darker at the top and the bottom. And you might see it a little bit here. It's a little bit darker at the bottom. So that's kind of a little bit annoying, but otherwise the screen is amazing, and also the speeds and stuff. But yeah, it's really nice phone, and I guess I will have this phone until this one breaks. I don't know if it will last 4 years as the other ones, but we'll see. And the other downside is the carrier. I got sort of tricked into change the carrier, and it was actually the seller that told me that, well, you should go with this carrier because it's better. Yeah, and I asked them if the monthly fee would be the same, and he said yes, but it's only for 24 months. After 2 years, it will go up, so it will actually be more expensive. So after 2 years, I will actually go back to my old carrier, because that's a lot cheaper actually for the same data and the same free calls and stuff. So, and you have sort of a fixed price. But otherwise, great phone, and I'm happy with it. And I also selected the Edge because it has a slightly larger screen than the other S7, the regular S7. So yeah, really happy with it. So see you later.